Have you ever noticed how people tend to take things for granted until they're gone? Whether it's the warmth of the sun, the sound of laughter, or the comforting presence of someone who truly cares, we often fail to appreciate these things until they're no longer available. This brings us to the concept of absence, the quiet, often unnoticed act of stepping back. Absence isn't just a physical distance, it's an emotional and mental withdrawal. It's the moment when you stop giving your energy, your attention, and your love to someone who may not value it. And here's the fascinating part. Your absence has a ripple effect that touches more than just the person you stepped away from. When you leave, you create a vacuum, a space that was once filled by your presence, your actions, and your essence. For them, it's a sudden realization of what they've lost. For you, it's an opportunity to reflect, grow, and rediscover your worth. This video is not about bitterness or revenge. It's about understanding the deeper psychology behind human behavior. Why do people only realize what they've lost after it's gone? Why does silence often speak louder than words? And most importantly, how can you use these truths to empower yourself without succumbing to the games people play? Stay with me as we explore these questions. By the end of this video, you'll gain profound insights into the power of absence and silence, not just as tools for others to value you, but as mechanisms for your personal growth and transformation. Remember, walking away isn't about giving up. It's about reclaiming your energy, dignity, and peace. So let's dive deep into this transformative journey together. The power of absence, creating space for realization. Absence is a concept that goes beyond the physical realm. It's not just about leaving someone's life, but about creating a gap that forces them to confront their emotions, actions, and decisions. Absence has a way of amplifying what was once ignored. Think about a glass of water you drink every day. It's ordinary, expected, and always there. But what happens if that glass disappears on a hot summer day? Suddenly, the absence of water is felt profoundly. The same principle applies to relationships. When you're always available, emotionally, mentally, or physically, people may begin to see your presence as a given rather than a gift. When you choose to step back, you're not punishing the other person. You're creating a space for them to reflect. This absence allows them to notice what they've been taking for granted. They might think back to the moments when you supported them, cheered for them, or simply showed up. The void you leave behind becomes the most striking evidence of your value. But here's where the real magic happens. In stepping away, you also create space for yourself. You allow yourself to evaluate the situation, determine what you truly deserve, and redirect your energy toward your growth. Absence isn't just a tool to make others realize your worth, it's a gift to yourself. The power of absence lies in its ability to transform perspectives. It forces both parties to step back and see the relationship for what it truly was. For them, it's a chance to appreciate you. For you, it's an opportunity to regain control over your narrative and decide how much of yourself you're willing to give. The role of silence, a tool for reflection. Silence is one of the most underappreciated yet powerful forms of communication. In a world filled with noise, the absence of words can speak volumes. When you stop explaining, justifying, or reaching out, you create an environment where reflection becomes inevitable. Silence isn't just a passive state, it's an active choice. It forces the other person to sit with their thoughts, replay their actions, and confront the consequences of their behavior. Imagine this. You've been arguing with someone repeatedly, trying to explain your side, only to feel unheard. Now picture what happens when you stop. The arguments cease. The noise disappears. And in that quiet, the other person is left alone with their thoughts. They no longer have your words to counteract or dismiss. Instead, they're left with silence, a mirror reflecting their actions back to them. For you, silence serves a different purpose. It's a boundary, a declaration that you will no longer waste your energy on someone who refuses to listen. It's an act of self-preservation and self-respect. In silence, you reclaim your voice, not by speaking louder, but by choosing when and where to use it. Silence also creates curiosity. The other person begins to wonder why you've stopped engaging. They replay conversations looking for clues. They start to miss your voice, your laughter, your presence. And in that longing, they begin to understand the depth of what they've lost. But here's the most important part. Silence isn't about them. It's about you. It's about stepping away from the noise to find peace, clarity, and strength within yourself. It's about realizing that your value doesn't depend on their recognition, but on your own understanding of your worth. Embracing mystery, the allure of the unknown. One of the most powerful aspects of stepping back is the sense of mystery it creates. In relationships, familiarity can sometimes breed complacency. When you're constantly available, predictable, and open, there's little room for curiosity or intrigue. By stepping back and staying silent, you introduce a sense of uncertainty. Suddenly, the other person doesn't know what you're thinking, feeling, or planning. This unpredictability can be unsettling, but it's also incredibly effective at capturing their attention. Humans are naturally curious creatures. When faced with the unknown, we can't help but seek answers. Mystery creates a sense of longing. The other person begins to replay past interactions, trying to piece together clues about your thoughts and emotions. They start to notice the nuances of your absence, the way your laughter used to fill the room, the way your advice used to guide them, or the way your presence made their days brighter. For you, embracing mystery is about reclaiming your energy. Instead of being an open book, you become a story worth exploring. You don't need to explain your every move or decision. Let your actions or lack thereof speak for themselves. Remember, mystery doesn't mean manipulation. It's not about playing games, but about preserving your sense of self. By maintaining a certain level of independence and unpredictability, you remind others and yourself that you are a multifaceted individual with a life beyond the relationship. Prioritizing yourself, the key to self-respect. When you step back, it's not just about creating a reaction in others. It's about prioritizing yourself, your needs, and your well-being. Too often, we pour our energy into relationships that leave us drained, hoping for validation or reciprocity. But the truth is, you can't pour from an empty cup. Stepping back is an act of self-respect. It's a way of saying, I deserve more than this. It's about recognizing your boundaries and refusing to compromise them for someone who doesn't appreciate your worth. Prioritizing yourself doesn't mean cutting people off without reason. It means evaluating the relationships in your life and asking, does this person bring value to my life, or do they drain my energy? If it's the latter, stepping back gives you the space to heal and focus on what truly matters. Use this time to rediscover your passions, build your skills, and nurture the relationships that do uplift you. The beauty of prioritizing yourself is that it not only improves your life, but also sets a standard for how others should treat you. When you respect yourself, others are more likely to respect you too. And those who don't, they'll naturally fall away, making room for people who truly value and cherish you. In stepping back and embracing silence, you embark on a journey of self-discovery. You learn that your presence is a gift, not a guarantee, and your worth isn't tied to someone else's ability to see it. Let this be your reminder. You are enough. Your value doesn't diminish because someone failed to appreciate it. Walking away isn't a loss. It's a declaration of your worth. Comment below if you've experienced this transformation. Let's grow together. And always remember, silence speaks louder than words, and absence creates the space for your true worth to shine.